Hey, welcome everybody. We got a bunch of new people. That's always awesome. I think we are ready to go. Is my co-host ready to go? I think he is. So, introducing the indomitable, the amazing, the super awesome, the Bean. There he is.
Hello.
Hello. We have to pump each other up.
Yes, let's
It's
go.
let's go. I'm old enough every time I see LFG because people are like, let's fucking go. I'm like, no, that's looking for group. That is looking for group every time. Anywho, thank you guys for all the subs. Um, wow. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry today. I'm already gonna be. It's already gonna be a tearful day.
hmm
It's gonna be a hard day.
Oh,
But
yes.
um, for all the new people who don't know, I'm Meg, also known as DeadWomanWalking. Been gaming for a while. I started with tabletop gaming back in the 90s. Oh God, no, before that, it was late 80s. Back in second ed D&D. Oh my God, I'm old.
No,
And
we are not. We are not old.
vintage. That's what we call.
Vintage. We are
That's what we call
vintage.
the older gamers now. And then moved into. I played on an Amiga 500 for a bit. I had a knockoff Pong game, and then I moved. And my first PC was a 486 SX50.
Oh, Jesus. You may be old, Mac, or vintage. Yeah, vintage.
Let's, let's,
Vintage.
let's, let's call it vintage.
Let's call it
9600 baud on the internal modem, and you had to have boot discs to play any game.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I think first survival game was probably Minecraft. First MMO, City Heroes. But I think time wise, moving into the survival games, you know, did Ark, did Conan, and now I'm here and I'm the super, super excited. And so, Bean, you want to tell us a little bit about you and your start in gaming?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Wien. My name is Wien. I'm 34. I'm going to be 35 this year. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm old. Um, um, no, I've been playing video games my whole life. I've been playing video games my whole life. Um, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not basically restricted to any genre. I'm playing. Yeah, I'm playing Dune. I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm playing everything. So yeah.
So we are just super excited, and as advertised, talking about the beta, we have uh, we've been let off the leash a little bit,
Mhm.
right? 1 second, and we're here to do a little Q&A and a little talking about what we know. Just kind of as a heads up, we being the lovely inclusive community that we are, um, being is obviously not a first speak, the language. He speaks better German than I ever will,
Mm,
but
maybe.
sometimes that's a low bar. You know this. We've literally talked about this. Um, Bean does have a little bit of a stutter, so we will be gentle and
Thank you.
very understanding of that's just how we are. And how dare he flex his use like that? I know.
Youth.
I know. I'm like, I think I
34.
have bruises older than me. Sure I do. Oh, trying to remember where I was in my 30s. Oh no, let's not. Okay, um, but we're here to talk about Dune and our experiences playing the beta, and then we'll do some Q&A as we go. Are you feeling the love? Are you feeling the love?
A little bit.
A little bit,
A little tiny bit, yeah.
a little tiny bit. I'm seeing people here from the closed beta. We are allowed to disclose that
Yes.
all the people who are in the closed beta are allowed to disclose now that
Yes.
we played. I started the
You old fuck. I'm sorry. Keep going.
that was one thing I was noticing is there's a lot of the age bracket in Dune. I think it skewed a little towards middle age.
Yeah.
I think the really young people were probably the minority. I think most of
Mhm.
us were 35 to my age and ish, which was kind of an interesting dynamic to me. I think there was a lot of us who um, have a lot more gaming experience. But yeah, you and I were early gamers. You started in December. Was it
Yes.
December of 2023?
Yes.
Yeah.
17 months. It's been 17 very, very hard months. Yes.
Yes. I think sitting in the open beta, the open Discord, not the beta Discord, but the open Discord, and there was a lot of misconceptions, I think, about what the experience was like. People are like, I want to play it. I'm like, okay, if that's what you think we're doing,
No, we are not.
that's what if that's what you think we're doing. I mean, there were times that we were doing game things and you could run around and do things, and then there were times we could not. And I remember at one point, was it if I think it was Hefe pointed out the bug where we all logged in one day and we were all just standing there because we couldn't move. We were like 2 days of real time where we couldn't move. You log in, is it fixed? Nope. A couple hours later, you log in, is it fixed? Nope.
Oh.
And it was there were some hard times.
Flabbergasted. Oh.
There was some hard times. We had
Oh yeah.
but we have something to be proud of that we contributed to.
I mean, the first, let's say, 6 months, 7 months have been very, very hard. Have been very, very hard. Where we had like 5 to 10 server crashes regularly, and yeah, we have not been able to do that much in that time. Yeah.
Yeah. There were some weird times with the server crashes when we knew they were coming.
Mhm.
And because things would happen and we'd see on the chat, did you see that? And we all be like, yes, we saw that. And we'd all duck for cover.
Oh no.
Because in the next 60 to 90 seconds, the whole thing's coming down and don't be outside.
Yes.
So there was.
So, I mean, so many server crashes, so many Thopters lost, just lost, just gone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been an adventure to say the least. But to say that we were just playing, no,
we weren't.
The crashes were hard. Someone had asked about hours. I didn't put in as many hours as some people from the time when I started because real life and stuff happens. But I still have probably about 1,200 hours in a closed beta, which it's not puny.
Mm-hmm.
It's not puny. There's people, 300 hours, 400 hours. It was easy to do, though. I mean, you could. Bean's looking over here very guilty. We put in a lot of hours, a lot of so many bug reports.
Yes.
I think I spent my first probably 200 hours on a bike. I did it on purpose because I felt the universe was telling me my purpose in this was to find every hole in the mesh.
So many holes. There were so many holes.
So you just ride along and suddenly you're upside down.
Yeah.
It's it was an adventure, I think, and learning so much. I got to thinking. We were talking about some of the different iterations. Everything changed. The vehicles changed. The map,
Oh, yes.
not the overall map stayed the same, but things on the map changed.
Vehicles, maps, weapons, the
Music,
skill suit, the
everything.
armor, skill tree, everything changed multiple times.
Yes.
Shields.
Oh,
Those useless
dude,
shields on
where's
the
my storage
Dude, where's my
box?
storage box? If you know, you know.
The post-traumatic stress, and gift. Pick one. That's what some of these are.
And like hell.
From storage boxes to vehicles, or our personal favorite, dude, where's my base? Yep. Where shall I loot? Eat your house.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Sadly, we are not allowed to show screenshots or videos. Sadly, we are not allowed to, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I may have 4 or 5 videos of just Shiolu thinking, walk? I don't care. I don't care about walk. Like thank you. That's
yeah,
great.
I talking about the bug where we logged in, we couldn't move.
Mhm.
That bit ended for me. So you could get in, you could move, and I logged in, and I logged in on the sand, and I was like,
Many times.
when I logged off before, I couldn't move, and I was in my base, and I'm looking around, and all the packets are on the ground, and I'm like, and I think the worst part of that was looking around on the ground for your base and someone scavenging your stuff. Like, dude.
Yes. Maybe also that. Oh, it's fine. We fixed everything. It's all absolutely perfect for live. Later today, it's yeah, we fixed it all. I mean, we didn't fix it. We find all bugs. It's absolutely fine for life.
It's all perfect.
It's all perfect.
Realistically, no game is bug free except for like solitaire and
Yeah.
even because that's as old as I am. But even then, I think the game. I don't put 1,000 hours into something that would be unplayable. There were hard times. There were times I had to step away for a couple of days very deliberately. But
Always.
the game is very playable. I think most of the issues are ironed out, and we had some big issues. We had some serious game breaking issues, but I think it's they acted on our feedback. God, it was like bug reports, and then like writing like full half on essays for feedback. It's like
Oh yeah.
this was people who were very articulate about fix this, or I
Many,
need
many
this, or
times.
skip that.
Yeah, many times.
And there's a lot there to offer. I think as a survival game, I think that they really nailed the survival aspects. I personally wouldn't mind it a little harder, but I think it's because I know how to play it now. I think if I dropped in right now, it would be very challenging, and it still can be. It still can be. There's still a lot of things you can't be. You can't be complacent with the environmental parts, because I think
and I mean, for the longest time, the moment you spawn, we used to not have some tutorial or some journey to follow. Like, no, there you are. Good luck. You will need it.
Yes, it was very much like Conan, where you drop in and you're on the sand and you got to figure shit out. And quick question: someone's asked what class do I start? I almost always start out as Bene Gesserit. I love that voice thing. It helps me pick apart groups, and it's such a powerful tool instead of running into a group. And the mobs, people. One of the things people from the beta weekend were complaining that the mobs were too stupid and too easy. have fun this weekend. But we started out without that tutorial. I strongly recommend, if you are not a survival game player, or even if it's your first time playing this one, if you didn't play before, I strongly recommend follow the tutorial. Start out with it locked and do it once. It is super helpful to learn the loop. It literally walks you through every aspect of the game that you need. It walks you through the shipwrecks. It walks you through the labs. It walks you through the contract board. It walks you through a trainer. It tells you everything you need. Skipping it will just hurt you.
Oh no!
Oh, it's Hefe, the respecter.
Hefe is here. Because I'm in a meeting. Now, like,
I know it's like
it might be too late for meeting.
But watching people say, "Well, I know what I'm doing," and then they skipped it, and they're like, "Well, this part broke," and I'm like, "No, it's not broke. You made a choice." And
we've seen that so many times where people just didn't do the tutorial, and over and over and over again.
Yes. So is the tutorial just for Haga Basin? Yes, it's essentially Haga Basin South is the extended tutorial. You have the mandatory tutorial when you come off the wreck and you're doing the thing, right? For those of you who haven't seen, there's a little mandatory. This is a basic combat thing. And then there's an extended tutorial that really doesn't feel like a tutorial. Because it's not like, here, go shoot things at this target and come over here and make something in the cooker. It's very much intertwined with the gameplay. It doesn't feel like a railroad forcing you into something. It flows with the game, I think. Yeah, and see, other people do the tutorial at least once.
Yes.
It will, and I say that as an experienced game player. As a, I've played survival games. I played Conan, played Ark. It's there. Use it. It will save you a lot of pain. I like this, how it's phrased. A soft tutorial. It's not. It doesn't, like a lot of things in the game. It doesn't feel
forced. Yeah.
It doesn't feel forced, and that part really, I think they did an excellent job with putting that together. It flows, and that's even in that. There's been changes and things that they've tweaked with the trooper arc has changed a couple of times based on our feedback.
Like 5 or 6 times, I believe. Like, seriously, I don't care anymore. It's just, okay.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
The nerd nod in the contract board with the copper. I love that. Always makes me laugh. There's so many good things. I was just about to click that same one. Do not skip the storyline.
No, don't.
Some people have said that they were not, I'm going to skip the story. And I'm like, you can. It's the sandbox. You can totally skip the story.
Yes.
But you're locking yourself out of a lot of progression, I guess, for lack of a better thing. The trials, you don't have to do them, but you're missing things if you skip it, because you really need that second trial. Seeing the video that they did, the trailer with the two guys out there hand scooping spice, I'm like, oh my God.
Like, what are you doing?
Why would you do that? Go get the compactor.
Yes.
The faction quests it's not an RPG, but the RPG elements are strong there. I mean, there's a story there. You can click through the text and skip it and just go do the contract. But the
I mean, you shouldn't, but you can, and it's fair. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
we shouldn't because the whole world, yeah, it's just so much there. There's
Oh, yeah.
so much there.
Oh, yes. Someone asked, this is about starting, where is it? Join.
Oh, we
Did we click the same thing?
yeah, we click the same thing at the same time. Yeah.
Is starting planetologist a running joke, or is it because it's annoying to do to get a day? Okay.
Fucking Derek.
Starting planetologist is important. I think he's in the Hugger Basin South. He's not hard to find, and his initial training arc is very short, and definitely helpful to have. I think the joke around the planetologist is Derek later becomes, he's a hard man to track down. I'm seeing all this scrolling by text. Derek, I don't want to spoil the story, but you know, nope. Derek becomes he's a very elusive gentleman to find.
That's a good take. He's very elusive. Yes,
he's elusive. If you want suggestions on how to hide, ask Derek. He's
fucking Derek. I hate him so much. I hate him with yeah.
Derek, yeah, you can see all the testers scrolling by. Derek. But his arc is probably the one that I think is for the trainers has changed the most.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
Because the other trainers, it's like, okay, those are mostly been set. That Derek has been a work in progress.
And that might also be the reason why his journey has been full of flaws for the longest time, or maybe for the longest time. Let's say for the longest time.
But it's an important. I do think that. I think there's a lot of confusion around the trainers. You can and should go to all of them. You can and should pick up things from all of them. However, you can only reach the capstone in 2. But that doesn't mean that you can't get a lot of things from the other 3 trees. And you absolutely should do those things. The passives are definitely worth going and pursuing. And just the arcs are fun to run. Mm-hmm. You know, I say that outside of Derek. The arcs are fun to run. The contracts and trainers and faction quests are all great ways to explore Arrakis. They take you around to all of the different places, introduce you to the different NPC factions, and it contextualizes all of those things. They're not just random stuff placed around. They have that's one of the great things about this is everything. If you're into RPGs and that sort of thing, there's an interconnectedness. It's not random. Everything goes. When people say I skipped that thing, it hurts my heart because as someone who is creative, you know, to skip all of the amazing story, like you're missing out. You really are. God damn it.
We
did it again.
We did it again. Yeah, that seems fitting. That seems very fitting.
Yes.
Like, yeah, dude. Like, let's imagine we do this. Yeah, that's a great idea, bro. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that seems fitting.
Yeah. But the going into spaces and having a reason to go gives it. I don't know. It's more than just a grind. It's more than just go get X many things. And I'm the same way. People keep asking about it, and I keep saying, do it, because it will save you a lot of agony, and it's worth doing. It's not a waste of time. You're going to do the stuff regardless, and it's definitely worth. I reached for it too, then I stopped. I think of Derek. I always think of The Good Place, and then I'm just like, Derek.
Yeah. If
you haven't seen The Good Place, you should go see it just for Derek. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But it's when I think about the game, I kind of break it into like three parts. It was the early wave testing until when we went persistent. And it was that was about the time we had that soft wipe too. We did and we went persistent, and then from June to probably December, there was a couple other waves come in, but there was a different feel with the testing. And then we had a big wave and a different shift, I think probably December, January, and how much it evolved each time. Everybody's still stuck on Derek. The devs have designed missions contracts to take place where you are going to be. I know. This was
surprising. What?
It guides you through. I mean, if you don't have to, and don't. There's journey steps. So there's the contracts and quests that you do for the trainers and your faction quests, and then there's also journey steps. So if you get stuck or bored, go do a journey step. You don't have to do any of that stuff in order, and you don't have to do any of it right now. Lab 10. You get the contract before most people are ready for Lab 10. And when, if you're not ready for a thing, you don't have to do it. You can ignore it. There's an option in the system to track and untrack stuff. You don't have to do things in any particular order if you're not ready to do them. Yeah. But there's always something you can be doing if you aren't sure what to do. You're like, oh, I've gone and done this thing. I've gone and done that thing. Well, okay. We have options. You can go find Derek. You can go to the hubs. I like this. This is important. It's not a race. There's absolutely no reason to
side quests,
feel.
There is so much to do. Like, side quests, main quests, and just finding stuff. There is so much stuff hidden.
Yes. When we were doing the creator weekend and you were running it with me, and at one point we were running around and we were like, was that cave?
Oh, yes. Like, have I been here before?
Surely
I have been here before, but was that there before? I don't know. Yes. Yeah.
Even after all this time, to still find a new thing.
Yep.
That was what makes it interesting to me. I've not gotten bored yet. The question was asked, do we know if the Twitch drops need higher level materials? That is a good question. I don't know for sure, but I will say something. The Caladan pieces do not require the high tier material to build.
Yes.
So the
high tier, it's not that high tier. It's actually medium tier, but it's relatively high tier when you start fresh. Yes.
Yeah. You won't come out the chute being able to make it, but it's not super hard to get. But so it could be similar. But either way,
we don't know.
We don't know.
We actually don't know.
I'm curious though, because I want them. I'm a fiend for building pieces and constructions, and I'm going to allow that one through. Um, because this has been an ongoing. Vin and I have had this conversation a lot. People will rush it and then bitch about things not working for me. My favorite thing to see people bitch about in Conan is they'll spawn in and they're naked and they get their stone knife and they run for the mounds and they get that top tier thrall, and then they bitch that the whole rest of the map is too easy. And I'm like, because you out leveled it. The map is tiered to be easier at the bottom and harder at the top. And you run up here and you master this stuff up here, and then you're coming back down here, and they're going to be too easy, and you've lost any sense of challenge or perspective with the area. There is no race. And honestly, even in Dune though, going with higher tier materials.
I mean,
exactly.
no.
Even with higher tier materials, if you aren't paying attention, you can still get your ass kicked in some of the mid tier. you can still get your ass kicked by some places. So okay, someone said
the
it's
DD. Yeah, the DD. I really loved the last live stream where Joe said, "Yeah, we fixed it recently." Like I think 2 or 3 days before that, the DD was fixed, and we could actually go there and survive. Like, oh, it's so much pain. The fucking DD was so much pain for
that was
6 months, 8 months. Yeah,
a lot of testing went into getting the DD the way it was. But that last big test where we all showed up and it was just like the Thopter fight, and that was so much fun.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Oh yes. I think people are thinking it's going to be a wall-to-wall murder fest, and I don't think that's going to be the expectation. I don't think that's what's going to happen. Where's my ornithopter? We talked about this yesterday about where the ornithopters actually were.
Oh yeah, hurts. Oh, that hurts so much. Like, yeah.
It's all good though. We have to laugh about it. We did keep going back for more. There's just something really addictive about the game. So this is a good question. It's not a dumb question. When is the drops going to enable? The drops going to enable the second the game goes live. So for those people who are lucky enough to get right in and get started, the second people start streaming, those drops are available. I think it's 2 hours to get all 3 pieces. So yeah, not a dumb question. You won't get them from me this stream, but I hope to be streaming the game later. So.
And there's also, I just take that question. Yeah, we actually don't know in the closed beta because the DD was broken most of the time, but the whole of DD is so big. It's gigantic. It's really big. And the moment you might run into someone, just fly away.
Bravely run away. It is very much an option. You do not have to stand and fight another player if you run into somebody. But it's 500 square kilometers. It's a good size space. Just keep your head on a swivel and pay attention, and you'll be fine. And
oh no! Oh no! That's too long. I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry.
He's trying to fix it. He's trying to fix it.
One moment, please. I just wanted to.
I am a Care Bear. I'm soft and squishy.
Okay, it's fine now. I'm sorry. Sorry, Effie. It wasn't meant to be that long.
But yes, the deep desert is large.
Yes.
I think for most people, the biggest um, the biggest risk is actually the NPC. Those labs, they do not take prisoners.
No. Oh yes. Oh, I have tried to do that solo twice. You can do it with a lot of time and resources. It's so hard to do solo.
Yes. Yeah,
It's kind of pain.
they've geared them up with the idea that you're going to go in with a team. They want people to be um, being social. It was meant to be a social game,
Yes.
and team up. There's there is a chat in game. We got very very lucky. We had some really great neighbors,
Oh yeah.
and
Yes.
sometimes stuff happens and you end up without a vehicle for a variety of reasons. And hey, can someone come get me? People would come get you. Um,
I mean, yeah.
People, I'm building and I've run out of stuff. Can anybody got any spares? And people would come, or people giving away vehicles or setting up water um, for people to use. We had a water tank set out in front of
Mhm.
the box
Mhm.
because it's. I think people are really worried about wall to wall gankfest, and that's not it at all.
You will have some hardcore
Oh yeah.
dudes and people who do all day PvP. Yeah. Yeah, I mean you always have those, but yeah.
So I think if I understand this question, the Steam content, how does loot get distributed? Okay, for if you're talking about the Twitch drops, that's yours. Whenever you open up to be able to build things, you'll see it as an option as build pieces. If you're talking about loot in PVE, if Veen and I run into a lab together, I get stuff out of the box, he gets stuff out of the box. There's some RNG for numbers, and maybe he'll get a thing that I don't. But that's we would both get the loot. If we both go into a PvP area, first come first serve gets the box, and I have to trust that he's going to share it with me because he's going to get to the box first almost always.
Yes.
Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. If I go into a PvP area, it's because I'm following somebody else.
Yeah.
I'll be standing behind and going, "Don't shoot." So it's, but the PvP loot is considered right of salvage, first come, first serve. You snooze, you lose. If you wanted it, you should have shot first.
I have a.
Okay.
First off, fuck you. Okay. And the long lasting thing would be Awu.
Oh God. I saw.
That's
I'm gonna cry now.
that
So
emotes broke me. That emote
it broke
broke
me.
me. But
Awu was a recording they did early on as a placeholder for a kind of like a story marker in one of the wrecks. And it was awful. It was this AI voice. It was bad. And we hit that button every time we went into the room. Anyway, we knew it was going to be awful. And we did it because it was hilarious and it was bad. And we were very sad when that got removed. And we begged, please make Awu part of this because it was the best worst part.
yeah, because for the first 7 months, 8 months, each service status post or announcement, the first emote you could see was Awu. like for the longest time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was our response to everything was Awu.
Awu. Yes.
And then the game evolved and that got removed, and it was very sad. And in the old school testers, we were, God, it feels weird to say that, but
Old school. Yes.
we're the OGs.
Mhm.
Are still Awu, and then as a thank you, seeing that being included in the last thing. And I was reading, we were all doing the goodbye things. It's like high school, and we're all saying the goodbyes, and it was great. And then seeing Awu show up, I literally burst into tears. My son was looking like I had lost my mind, and I'm like, it's sad, but it's awesome. But
Yeah.
Awu's probably been the best part of the process, and just
and overall the last 2 months, like 2 months ago, the whole closed beta was not that great still, but the whole team fixed it so fast. Like they fixed everything so fast. And yeah, to see the game right now working to 95% maybe, but it's yeah.
the way the team spent so much time interacting with us in the last few months, and listening to the feedback, not just the complaining. It kind of became there. There's places for feedback, there's places to complain, but when things got hard, and the team started kind of interacting with us and clarifying things, and I think it became not just Funcom versus us. I think there was a team effort to make it great.
Oh yes.
And maybe it's my nerdness coming out, but it felt like we were actually part of the process. That our feedback did matter. We did make the game better. There was little bits of us left in the game.
I mean, do you remember the whole what was it called back then? The whole tree of things you could unlock.
Yes.
And each thing had like 4 uses and 5 uses. And
oh God.
yes, we screamed loudly to have that removed.
When,
like
when it was Imperial commits or something to do
something like that.
awful.
Like you cannot do that. You
It was
cannot
awful.
do that.
It made no sense.
No.
It made no sense, and I was very confusing. And we were like, oh. But when we hit the button today, it's rigged up to say, "Oh, I would cry. I would cry, Joel."
Yes.
To
Same.
hear that voice with the Awu.
I mean, last night we just sat there on the server, just waiting for it to be over one last time. Sorry.
It was emotional.
Yes.
When we saw
Sorry.
the last sunset come up, and we had a build where we're sitting out on the balcony where we're facing west, and the sun's coming up over us, and we could see the shadows move, and we're watching the clock, and we knew, like, this is going to be our last sunrise in the beta.
And even 1 year ago, that game wasn't there. It wasn't there. like no.
This is my first beta.
Sorry.
And you go into it not knowing what to expect. I've gamed for a long time, but not knowing what to expect with the beta, and the testers were a varied group. We might all be similar age, but we have a lot of strong opinions about different things. We're from around the world. We have different gaming experiences. But last night, watching the Discord at the end,
and I mean, even the many times where we had on some systems some talks, let's call them talks, where each of us had had some very different ideas of how it should work.
Yes.
We wanted to we wanted the game to be just good, like each of us, all of us, just wanted to be the whole thing, be great, and yeah, we've been here for a long time. Like you, 15 months, 16 months,
Yeah.
17 months, like 17 fucking months, dude. What the fuck?
Just all of the, we think this needs to be here, or we think that needs to be here, and this is good and that's bad, and those discussions back and forth between groups that the lines start forming between topics, and even with that, I think the goal was always to have an excellent game, an excellent Dune survival game. Mm-hmm. And I think that was always the hope and the goal, to even out the those aspects, to make it excellent, and going through the story part on top of that. Joel is diabolical. Joel is absolutely diabolical.
We are not going to talk about it in detail. The last thing we saw from the main story, dude,
diabolical.
Like, oh, dude, like, oh, Joel, like, what the fuck? Oh, it was so great. It was so good, but I can't wait to see more. And I hope that later today we will see more, or we will have to wait months. I hate you with all of me.
But we want it, and
Yes.
even when new waves would come in, and I know people must have thought I was insane, but my comment was always, "Welcome to your newest addiction."
Yes.
Because even with the hard part, the crashes and the shit that didn't work, sometimes you come back.
Yes, the thing that was always there, that was always from the very beginning, when you spawn there, the whole world is dangerous. It's all very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Always. It's always been like that. And that's, yeah, I just like that. I just like that, I guess.
It was great. And I remember when, early on, getting on my bike and heading, trying to go and explore, and I ended up in what's now the Eastern Gap at that ironworks, and I stopped at that big digger wheel.
Oh yes.
And just standing in front of that wheel, and being you're very small, and there's this big wheel, and she's kind of leaning there, and everything's rusty, and just the, even early on when there was still a lot of assets missing from the world, the physicality, there's just this giant story here. How long has that been there? What is it? And it makes you want to go find out about those things. We played with broken assets for a long time. It was literal storyboard. Okay,
yes, everywhere.
and every time they would do an update, and you're like, okay, it's like these layers of life appearing on the map. The factions and the things they yell at you when you try to go after them, and the behavior of the NPC and the shields, and the things that come at you all the time. It's just been. So when Hefe was on the stream, and someone asked about the day-night cycle, and I legitimately couldn't remember, because it's not. Everything just flows.
Yes.
It just flows, and you just want to go back into it. Yeah, there's places I'm like, oh god, I go over there, but you still want to go. You're just like, I'm going to get my ass kicked, but I want to go. There's just this. It's hard to describe the I don't know, addictive brain chemicals you guys gave to us, and I'm just really to be a part of that is something. It's something. Getting all sentimental here. Oh goodness, we knew this was going to happen. When
Yep, we knew.
we knew when we sat there last night watching the end, and then
Oh, it was
Discord,
so hard to see
it
all
was it
go
was
down for the last time.
right before it went down. That last spice blow
Oh yeah.
in the
Oh,
distance.
yes.
The is
17
it
months.
trauma bonding?
Yeah, probably. Yes, it's probably trauma bonding. Like, oh, it was so terrible. Yeah, it was. Like, oh,
It's
come
great. It's
here.
great. It was painful. I cried a lot. I threw shit.
We lost a lot. We screamed a lot. We nearly stopped playing a lot. Like,
There,
oh,
there were a couple of times that there was twice when I was ready to rage quit, um, because I got so frustrated that it just peeved me off. So someone asked, this is a good question. How do I feel about speed leveling? You really can't just go play the game. That's the fastest way to level. It's like the tutorial. Follow the tutorial, and that's the fastest way to progress.
I mean, theoretically, you can. Like, you want to have your ornithopter unlocked on level 15. You theoretically probably could do that, but why? I don't understand. I don't understand why. And generally, it took me around 6 to 8 hours to get my own ornithopter. So I don't know. I honestly do
There's
not
gonna
know
be
why
someone
you should
who
do that.
wants to. There were a bunch of people that were talking about getting the 5 day early. The 5 day head start was pay to win because they could get to the deep desert first. And I'm like, and
Like,
okay,
and then, like,
first off, new people aren't going to be in the deep desert this week. Just saying. Second of all, and they're like, well, we get the stuff first. So I'm like, and I mean, I guess there's bragging rights, but in the scope of gameplay, it's not a PvP game. It's a survival game with PvP elements. The end game is not the deep desert. The
no.
end game is the Landsrot. And how those things uh, spin around the politics of the game. And I think if people kind of paused for a moment about the politics of the game, it would make more sense. But what do I know? So Hefe, a good 300 intel, and that's still a lot of intel because to give perspective, Haga Basin South, the intel spots there are 3 points each. So, and then they go to 5
Really?
and then 10. Those only give you 3 points each.
Oh yeah, right. In
Yeah,
Hagabas and South, it was 3. In VG, it was 5,
5.
I believe, and
Yeah,
everything above that was
you get
10
like
or
10. I
15.
think some of
It
the
depends.
I think those PvP points up there give you I think 20,
Oh
but
yes. Oh yes.
but
Yes. Yes. Yes.
they're painful. They're
Oh,
very
oh
painful.
yes. Oh yes. They are very,
But
very painful.
if you like getting spanked and need to, I guess, go up there, but playing the game is the fastest way to level. Go do the contracts. You're going to get the points are going to come. You're going to go to those places to get the intel drops anyway.
The main thing you will have to worry about is water. You will have to get water, a
Yes.
lot of water early on, and constantly. You constantly need a lot of water.
Yes. That's probably the biggest thing. You can go get the intel, but that's not going to make the water appear magically for your refineries and things to run to make the aluminum to get to the deep desert. So,
and just enjoy the game.
exactly.
Like later today, I'm going to create my character. I'm going to do the whole tutorial, everything, and I'm just going to I'm just going to start playing the game I've been playing for the last 17 months, but differently. Yeah, because later today, yeah, that's somehow the same thing we played yesterday, but it's different. It's something completely different, which breaks my heart. But we worked hard for it, and the team at Funcom worked hard for it. Yeah, it was a very, very hard process. And
Yes.
yeah, but in the end, what was created is really, really good. It's really great. It's not perfect. There's still stuff I'm not satisfied about, and that I will scream at Funcom about until it's fixed or changed, whatever. But overall, the game is in a great state to
It,
be released. And what people seem to forget is this is a live service game.
yes.
Things are going to be changed
Yes.
constantly, probably.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to get more content. Um, yeah.
So someone asked a question, and I think this has come up a little bit before in that Discord. I'm hesitant to do PvP for a variety of reasons. One, I've always been at best a mid player. Okay, let's just be clear about that. I've never been. Yeah,
Yeah.
I suck. Okay, but I didn't
Keep
used to
going.
suck this bad. Okay, but I have vertigo, and with that I have vision problems. I have my font really really big right now because the vertigo causes processing problems. Um, I can't use the sugar wire. I can't use I can't use like the knee attack. I
Oh,
can't use
that's so
and
good.
so,
I love that attack. I love that
and so
attack.
those things
Just attack.
limit me. I can't use the vertical belts. I have to climb everywhere we go. I'm like, wait for me because everyone's already up the thing, and I'm like, I have to climb, wait for my stamina to come back because I can't physically do that. Otherwise, I'm going to end up in the floor. So part of it is one, I was never a great combat person anyway, but two, one of the reasons I prefer to do range now is at range, nothing on the screen is moving because I'm way far away. There's no activity. When I start getting closer and things start getting busier around the screen, I get visually disoriented, and then I'm just like Kermit the Frog, and it looks bad. It feels bad. In some of the videos I did for the creator weekend, I got messages going, "Why are you so bad?" I'm like, "I told you, I warned you up front in the audio. I'm bad. Okay, don't watch me for combat." Okay, so it's not that I'm scared of PvP. It's I know that I would not be. It wouldn't be fair to me. And I'm always reminded of the DS9 where Quark was supposed to fight the Klingons, and he walks in and he's like, I'm Quark, son of so and so, and throws the battle upon the ground. It's like, okay, just get it over with, because you're twice my size. You can wipe the floor with me. It's not a fight. It wouldn't be a fight. Just kill me, get it over with, so I can go respawn. That's
I may also want to point out that and say, oh no, that's the
nope.
wrong one. That's the right one. We will not talk about that because we are. I don't know if we are allowed to talk about that. You saw some tanks in some videos from Frontcom themselves. They removed for some reason and replaced the tanks with
Vikings.
yeah. But we are not going to talk about that. You will not have tanks in the main game because
For
we
now.
never had tanks. Let's say we never had tanks. No, to answer that somewhat, the we had tanks at some point, but they were removed for a reason because
Yeah.
they didn't make much sense right now.
They weren't. If you watched the last dev stream where they flew out into the deep desert, if you watch what's on the screen, there's quicksand out there, or tidal sand rather.
Right now, they may remove that.
They might.
And I might have talked about something that's been on the NDA disc. Let's move on, please.
But yeah, for today, there's no tanks.
No tanks.
So yeah, it's been a process, and yeah.
We have seen some things that have been removed after a while because
A lot of things have come and gone.
Yes.
The
most things because they didn't make much sense right now. Some things because they couldn't be maintained. Some great things that couldn't be maintained, but we will not talk about that. Yeah.
Dude,
let's keep it at that.
One thing I miss that I don't think.
Watch out.
The GIMP suit. The black GIMP suit is the best.
Suit,
and yes. When we did the Christmas or the winter event where we did the gathering in Arakeen and
yes.
The GIMP suits, and then we did the Valentine's Day in Harko Village. It was the German still suit.
I mean, when you did that event, you had one of those still suits. Do you want to tell the people who brought you that?
V brought me my still suit.
the GIMP still suit, which okay.
It was a good. It did a
like
good
home.
job. It just
like
happened to look really bad. But I say look really bad. The buckles and stuff. I mean, there was a vibe to the still suit. But you're in third person too, so.
And
there's
and each event which became my thing, I've showed up naked, and maybe in the last live stream where they show that event we did, you might see where I am on that in that video clip. The only dude right at the front who's naked. That is me. That's me. Like, oh, that's me. Like, oh, okay, great. That was so great.
We were there, and I know that was. I was like, that's Veen.
Yeah, like everyone. Okay, not everyone.
It wasn't chains. It was buckles. It was buckles and leather, and it was black, and
yeah.
the mask was very distinctive. I mean, it fit lore. It would be something that would be something that would keep your skin covered. You don't like to have the cape that was very happy to see you.
That was very happy to see you. Yes. Like, man, we had so many small things and big things that were issues, like all the time. But yeah.
But we had, but around that, we would. There was the communication. Don't do that today because it's not working. But at the same time,
all the time, like. Oh.
But at the same time, we had the.
And on the NDA Discord, we had people regularly show up. Yeah, I've done this, and now something really bad happened. Like, you should have showed up earlier because we would have told you, don't do these things. Like, don't do them right now because
that's broken. That's on the list of. So GIMP suits and naked enemies and.
The really naked enemies were one question at FunCom. Why do you have things modeled that you don't see? Like, I'm going to say it. I'm sorry, but like, oh Jesus, okay, that's in the game. Interesting. Like, okay, I hope they fix that. I mean, I hope they don't, but yeah.
The game, even with some of the issues that were persistent for a long time, was still very, very, very playable. Um, most of the time, early times, when you log in and you can't move, there were literal days where we couldn't play. Those days were not common, and you learn to work around.
The first 6 months, 7 months, we had issues everywhere.
Yes.
You were actually most of the time you were trying to not run into those huge issues because you would be stuck forever or like and
Craig
and
Pool.
mm, and being it on the open Discord or the NDis or on the NDA Discord, we heard a lot of times, that we've been able to do the game or to play the game early on. We weren't playing most of the time. Like we were waiting for the servers to come back up because they were crashing all the time. Like I don't know even why.
I couldn't imagine. I don't know. It's like who put 6,000 lights in one house just to
500, please. 500.
I
I heard. Also, I heard.
Just to see what would happen. But that was it. It wasn't us playing. It was us really pushing those lines. Like the winter event where we took 50 people to the hub and got ridiculous and did a bunch of stuff that you can't do anymore because we did it, and those were fixed now.
Like for some reason the VBT worked. Like you couldn't use anything but the VBT and your laser.
So we had the laser show on top of bikes and copters.
Yes.
Yes. But there were some rough days, but it was still we still came back for it. Just restart your character.
We had broken characters even yesterday. Like we have all these memes about that one trainer we want talk about, but that trainer was changed so many times that we couldn't do his journey. And I believe no one who was there yesterday was able to finish that journey because for the longest time that whole journey was bugged for each and every one of us. And like you may have to create a new character to fix that because you are bugged. Like again.
I think the closest we got was when we only had the one advanced trainer.
Yes.
I think that's the closest we got to actually finishing
yes.
all of them. But once they started splitting things out into the story, because that that will allow us to test the trees. But I don't know how many characters we did. There was a lot.
I mean, the first 6 months we had each 2 or 3 weeks, 4 or 5 days of the closed beta, and middle of last year we started the long term.
And even then, there was a couple of wipes.
Yes, we had 1 soft wipe and 2 full wipes.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, we had the soft wipe and they added the new sheet wall, which it's so nice now. It's so good now.
Hefe, your map is pretty kick-ass, and we love it.
Yes. Oh, the Rift. I mean, the really, really old Rift was already okay. That's nice, but the new Rift. That's so great. it's really, really great.
Where our base was on one of the land bridges over the top of the rift, and the hangar, standing at the edge of the hangar and looking down into the rift when the sun was going up and down, and you just see it looks like fog. You can't see all the way down to the bottom, and just knowing it's creepy down there. It's beautiful down there. It's just as dangerous down in the rift as it is on top. This is a good
The whole
question.
thing.
Oh, they've got a mechanical question here. To get the rewards from both houses, must we betray the first one we align with?
No.
That is one way to do it.
Yes.
You also now have the option. You could go to the other house's quartermaster and buy the stuff with in-game currency, but it's going to cost you a lot more for being out of reputation, I guess.
Yes.
So yes, you don't have to betray, but remember, you can, but you only can betray once. No one's taking you back. The Baron would not take you back if you stabbed him in the back. Absolutely not. And for Leto, loyalty means everything. He absolutely would not take you back.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for law reasons, it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. And
yep.
I mean, we had. Now let's not talk about that. Let's move on.
The reasons. Yeah. I know. There's. Oh, we got questions.
I mean, those are not really questions, are they?
They're well, Pink knows. Pink Rose's knows.
I may look like Harkonnen, but I'm not Harkonnen.
It's just because it's the pastiness. Yes. I go with Atreides.
Yes.
Because keeping in mind in lore, there are no good guys in Dune. There's just various shades of awful.
Yes.
And everyone has skeletons in the closet. There's a kind of a mutual I won't tell if you won't tell, or blackmail thing going around, and everybody's got their secrets.
And I mean, I'm not going to tell too much about it, but just listen to Trooper. Listen to the advanced Trooper trainer. Yes. Listen to her. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, you can
do pay attention to this stuff. But the idea, I prefer Atreides because, well, Oscar Isaac's hot, and why not? And Jason Momoa. I mean, come on.
It's fair. Very fair.
Ask Oscar Isaac. Just to have him look down at me.
I mean, you could use a transporter to transport your Mark 6 buggy or Mark 5 buggy. The Mark 6 has 3,500 volume, I think, or 4,000. I can't remember. Was it 6,000? It doesn't matter. It's a lot. It's really a lot. Yes, you can transport with the light ornithopter or the medium. The Scout or the Assault ornithopter. Old names versus new names.
Yes.
Names will change
the light,
a lot.
The medium, whatever. Yeah, just like the thing that flies.
You also can transport with the ornithopters, but the first thing, my personal opinion, when you start, don't go straight for the ornithopter. You should go for the Mark III. You should go for the Mark III buggy.
Absolutely.
Which will make your life so much easier.
The buggy is one of the outside of the VBT. The VBT is your most valuable tool ever. Absolutely. The buggy is probably right up there. with the cutter. It's such a valuable vehicle. Such a valuable vehicle. It has a ton of space. It harvests ores efficiently. um, Someone asked, because I have to do the self plug thing. I will be streaming some, I hope today, depending on if we can get in or not. Um, because I'm with the drops. I'm all about the build pieces. So I don't know if V3n will be streaming, but I definitely will be streaming hopefully today, if not then sometime in the next few days. So yeah, follow me and you'll see when I go live.
Yes.
There's my self promotion.
I will also be streaming, but the streaming account is different from my current one because we may have a lot of people that are following us, and I don't want them to know. I mean, right now they know what I look like, so they may find me, but I don't. Yeah, no, I keep this account and my streaming account separate. Yeah, but just follow her. Follow her. I think I will be here every time, and yeah, we'll just do something.
V3n's been really great about helping me moderate because the text and things. Yes, we won't be getting drops for this stream because the drops don't go live till the game goes live. It would be great, but no. So from 40 minutes till the game drops. Anybody stream? I know. 17 months, and now we're down to 40 minutes. Anybody who streams from that point on that has drops enabled, and if you have you need to make sure your Steam is connected to Twitch, and then you can get the drops. If you are a streamer whose stuff is connected, you also get the drops. You don't have to watch anybody. Your own stream will count.
I believe you also have to. The first time you start up the game, you will have in the bottom right corner I don't know what it's called, but you will have some button which will open a browser window to create your Funcom account, and there you also have to link your Twitch, I believe.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's I remember doing it. It's been a couple of years. There was you can Google it. Those instructions were actually very easy to follow. But yeah, you got to make sure everything's linked to get the drops. Otherwise, it doesn't count. But there's a window for the drops. It's like I think 14 days that they're running this promotion. You just have to watch 2 hours sometime in that 14-day window. You don't have to watch all of it all at once. Just in that window. Today is just the first 3 pieces. So that means there's 3 more pieces that need to come that will probably be drops soon. They haven't said anything, but that would be the logical way to do it.
One moment. I'm going to have to take my medication. I had to take like 2 hours ago.
Oops.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, last year was a blast.
Yes. We knew this day would come, but
so soon. It feels like it's not been that long. It feels like it's not been that long.
Yeah. Oh, someone has a question for you, Vane. Did you see it? Someone has a question for you.
Sorry if it's true, but what is on your left arm, Ted?
It's his tattoo. Mine are all
It's
covered.
like,
y'all look at see.
It's like a cyberpunk bebop cowboy bebop, and also mainly cyberpunk and cowboy bebop inspired sleeve, which should look like my whole arm is cybernetic, made out of pieces which are stick together, and yeah.
There we are. So, Pink Roses was asking, what are we going to miss the most, the game or the closed beta gen chat?
I mean, the last 6 months have been no more. I think since October has been different. What most people probably don't know about previous to that, the Funcom people would be in the chat all the time. Like each morning,
Yes.
we would have at least Ignazi chiming in. Hey, good morning, everyone. How's your game doing? Just talking, and just. I mean, for the last, what date is it? Yeah, since October, whenever a dev would chime into the Discord just to talk or to troll a little bit, like we do, um, like all different kinds of people would just swarm them, which scares them away, which is absolutely understandable in my
Yeah.
opinion. But for the longest time, the devs would just be there. We would just talk about stuff. And most of the time, Joel and Ignazi and Hefe would be very cool to us. Very, very cool.
Yeah. They put up with a lot of our shenanigans. I mean, before I think we had a really big wave come December, January. And before that, the Discord was a little smaller. And I think it was a little more manageable for them to come in and hang out with us. And then when that big wave came, it became a little busier. And when you add, I forget how many hundreds of people were in that wave, but it changes that dynamic a little bit. But the closed beta chat, my legit only problem with the closed beta chat was all of the gifts. You guys love the gifts, and it made it really hard for me to visually follow, and so I couldn't follow so much when it would get kind of scrolly with all of the images. So I couldn't hang out as much as I did before. I gotta say, if Striker is following along with this, talk about an MVP from there. That person has the patience of a saint. I don't know, guy, gal, the person, I don't know. But to answer the same question over and over and over for a year solid, all day, every day, how to find fiber, how to get fuel cells, how to do this, where to find that, over and over and over and over and over, with the just talk about an MVP. And the mods putting up with our shenanigans, and it's the players helping players threads, the worm support group.
Yeah, and I mean, even when it comes to that yesterday, when we saw all those Discord channels just
that was
being privated, or that hurt. I mean, we don't have Joel and Hefe here anymore, probably because they are not writing in chat. But we knew it would happen. But
it was hard to watch that list disappear.
And to be completely honest, that Discord was my home for 17 months. I don't care about any other Discord server I'm on, which are a few.
You're very popular, dude.
Most of them I'm on just to get the latest news about stuff, but I've been very active on that Discord. And yeah, I mean, I won't be active in the public Discord. It's too much there. And
it's very busy.
The first few months when people came in thousands and thousands of people, I still tried, but in hindsight, with hindsight glasses, I've really become, not to go into detail, but that showed some not so great side of me, and I feel very sorry for that. But because sometimes when people ask for help, I just straight up troll them, which wasn't a good thing. Which really wasn't a good thing. You have someone there who really cares about the game and who's just confused, maybe, and we will just straight up troll them, which is just not healthy.
Yeah.
And my biggest fear is that there were players who were interested in the game and have been pushed away by it just because of us.
I
And
think
and I mean, we were just having fun, but no, it wasn't a great
we became a little
anyway.
cliquey. It was a little cliquey, I
Yes.
think, the kind of the OGs versus the new people, and we kind of got accustomed to how we could
Yeah.
speak to each other. And when new people come in and we were like, aiming at them because you're one of us, and they were like, what the hell? And that I can see how. And I know towards the end, my own patience was getting thin with people, and I do feel a little bit bad about that. You know, um, I want to
I've
be helpful,
seen
but after a bit, it's just like, as Pink Rosa says, the search function. Okay, there, there's a search function, and
I mean, yeah, but humans are stupid. Let's be honest. Humans are fucking stupid.
read the
All of them.
pins.
Read the pins, yeah. And
And after,
and I just wanted to get into that. My fucking maps have been stolen so many times because in my maps I've hidden little things that are not on the real map. I have seen my own maps so many times everywhere.
oh yeah,
It's hilarious.
oh yeah, it was somebody put something on
Mm,
Reddit the other day, and I'm like, the fuck. First off, NDA, and two, that's Bean's map.
that's my
You know?
map, yeah,
Yeah,
because of some things that are not quite white or not like they are in the game. But yeah,
yeah. But kind of on that note, even if a new player is not active in the Discord, they have been good, and I hope they continue to do so, to put things in the announcements. Read them. That's what they're there for.
yes.
If they drop patch notes in that Discord, I don't know what the plan is. If they drop those notes, do read those. Those will probably have your answers. Um, there's lots of, and I think that's part of our problem in the NDA Discord is the servers would go down for maintenance, and then the next 20 minutes, is the server down? Yes, server's down. And then 2 seconds later, I can't log in.
Mm. And each Tuesday,
Oh God, every Tuesday when Steam does its thing, and it would bump us every Tuesday night. You could tell what time it was.
Yeah.
Just the scroll of, did it go down? It's Tuesday night.
It's Steam. It's not the game. It's
No.
Steam, and Steam has been doing that since the start of time. Right? So it's not a new thing. It's not a Funcom thing.
No, no. But I'm
30
going to
minutes.
guess for a while at least they'll be putting information into that and doing the ping out to everybody. So it's definitely worth looking at, and keeping the Discord just for that. Fresh scrap metal. Don't make me reach to the screen.
I mean, the main hope I have, which I also, when I talk to Ignazi every few months, because that man is freaking busy. The last time we talked, and people think I have a great connection to Funcom. Sadly, I don't. It would be really great, but I don't. Not the last time we talked, he asked me about my opinion about something, and my main thing is you need to talk to people. Just when there's an issue, when there's a big issue, at least say, hey, we know about this issue. We are working on it. That would be, in my opinion, that would already be enough. A time frame would be great. Hey, we are going to keep you updated. Like that would be awesome. But that was also the main thing. The main thing I really didn't like about the whole closed beta, which I hope they will improve on with the release. And I mean, the open beta weekend, they did some of that stuff and did try to talk to people. Hey, okay, there are a lot of people trying to get in. We are going to spin up more servers. Talk to people. Please talk to people. please talk to them.
I think that was a concern that a lot of people have today. They dropped the initial world names and siege names, and then people got their calculators out, and the panic started, and they missed where Iggy did say, and it scrolled by because they were all going, "Wah!" And they missed him actually answering the question, which is they will spin up new worlds as needed.
Yes. What people don't seem to realize, the moment they spin up a new world, a new sieges, they are not able, or not right now able, to just turn them off again. Because people created their characters on there. People created their bases and everything on there. Right now, with the knowledge we have, you are not able to move from server to server. You are not able to do that. I mean, they said multiple times they are going to add that sometimes after the launch, but they have to be very careful about how many servers they start, because that's money. That's straight up money.
Well, also they need to know where, because they've seen, they've sold this many copies. Okay, where do those new servers need to go? And that will be a concern. So don't panic. Today will be bumpy. Just accept that. Don't get too attached to anyone's spot. And the worlds will come, but it's okay. I don't know if this is true. Why would it take 3 hours to become publicly available? That's an interesting statement, and I don't know where that would come from.
The last time during that weekend, they were able to spin up servers like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't panic. Don't panic. No. Give them a minute, and go get a drink and come back, and things can change.
And also remember, I mean, also remember it's launch day. Like, do not play on launch day. The whole thing will be terrible. Probably, I hope not, because I really want to play. But
yes. There's keep in mind. I mean, the game back in October hit 1 million on wish lists. Okay, now that's people who were interested, not necessarily people who will buy. But even if a quarter of those people bought, that's 250,000 people who are going to be knocking at the door today. Probably today, because I'm going to pull numbers out of my back. So I'm going to guess a good chunk of the people who bought the package for the Head Start days because we want it. Right? And people who played on the open weekend, they were like, give it back, like we were. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's going to be a lot of people knocking at the door today. I think we just need to kind of accept the bumps. Don't get too attached to today. It'll probably be bumpy for a day or two. Then there's going to be another day on the 10th when the next big wave hits. But remember, it's not a race.
And overall, when it comes to that, I mean, that's not a great argument, but every game has that issue. Every game has that issue. Every software developer has that issue.
Yes.
And yeah, that's not easy to fix. It would be great if it would be easy to fix, but it's a very hard problem to.
It is difficult. Yeah. So I think just kind of accept for today, for a couple of days. It's not ideal. Nobody wants it. It's just going to be bumpy. And someone did point out guilds can be in the same world. They don't have to be on the same sieges. So it's if you absolutely have to play with your best bud, then you might wait a day. But if everybody gets in the same world, that's okay too. It's not as.
Sorry, I really want to point that out.
Okay.
Because I'm the developer of a tool which shows the servers. And when I talk to their servers, we see where that server is hosted. The server we saw during the closed beta and all the different testing branches we did were the same same kind of servers from the same hosters we saw during the open weekend. Those are the same servers.
Yeah.
So no, that's straight up not true. That's not how it works.
I'm curious. I don't know anything about how the private worlds will work, because those are through several different hosts. There's G Portal was one. There's a couple
Mhm.
others.
Yep.
I have no idea about that. I think there's a lot of confusion about that, and hopefully some clarity comes sooner than later for people who are wanting to do that. It's going to be is what it is. This I think someone asked me what we're going to miss. This is going to sound sappy. The people that we've interacted with, most of the people scrolling by in this chat, we played with or talked to, and those connections of we're here for the game, we're here for survival games, we're here for Dune, we have this passion that for the game to do well. Otherwise, we wouldn't have stuck it out this long. There are other games we could be doing to spend our time on. And
I mean, right now in the last 17 months, so many games released that are like, yeah, that's going to be a great game, and I bought them on Steam, and I barely played them, which is like normally the closed beta servers were supposed to close on Monday, but there were still some issues, and they released one patch, and they released another patch, and my plan was to okay, the game is going to the closed beta is going to stop on Monday. Okay, so I have a few days to play different things. The servers closed yesterday evening.
And we sat for it. We sat for
and
it.
we waited for it, and maybe they might have closed like 3 minutes and 25 seconds late with some comments from I'm kind of breaking NDA, but with some comments from some developer, from some high level developer, like, well, this is awkward. Like, yes, it is. Like, you are 3 minutes late, motherfucker.
You're torturing us, you mean man.
Yeah. We were waiting here with seconds going by, and then it's
I'm afraid to close my eyes. I don't want to look away.
Yeah, just like it's 19 UTC, like announced. Now it's 19:01. Like, can you please stop
torturing us?
Finally, can you stop torturing us? Yeah.
The only other game I sat up for, my first MMO was City of Heroes. And when NCSoft bought the game, they were like, nothing's going to change. And then suddenly it was like, we're going free to play. And then the whole game changed. And like, literally, it felt like 4 weeks later, they said, okay, we're closing. It was just like, bam, bam, bam. And we were like, what the hell? And we sat there in Atlas Park till the end. And we had torches up, and there were thousands of us. And that's what it reminded me. It was like that yesterday. There wasn't thousands of us. It was more intimate on our sietches, but it was meaningful. We impacted the direction of the game. Our feedback impacted how vehicles work, how armor works, how the shields work, how you drive, where you drive to, how you build, where you can build, how you fly, everything.
The DD, the quest lines, the skill tree, the tech tree, like originally, this is going to be a little bit in depth, but it's changed. Originally, like last year, when you built an ornithopter, you needed to have spice.
So much spice.
But 147 spice. That's a lot. That's a lot of spice. And most of the spice was mostly further out from safe spaces. So you would have to get there on a bike, get your spice, and
all the naked spice runs.
All of them were naked spice ones, because
you didn't want to risk your stuff. So
Yes.
you would park your bike on the rock, you would strip down, put your stuff in the storage, and then run out there with just your compactor and a battery and grab and run and grab and run.
I mean, most of the time it went well because the worm spawned somewhere in the direction where you don't have to go. But sometimes the worm would spawn in the direction you have to go. Like
between you and the rock, and you're like,
yes,
well, that was short lived.
this is not going. This will be hard. So, I mean, most of the people that are here have played the closed beta, so they hopefully know that. But when you have your first bike, when you have your first buggy, ornithopter, everything, you can use it instantly, but you should be ready to build a second one.
2 is 1, 1 is none. There's always risk. Even if there weren't bugs that would cause vehicles to magically disappear, the NPC can and will destroy your vehicles. The weather can and will destroy your vehicles. I lost my first bike because I was running inside to get away from the storm, and I left it parked out front, and then I heard this boom, and look outside, and it's on fire.
Mhm.
You know, that's... So always have enough for 2 of anything. Whether if you get eaten, then there goes all your gear, you have to replace it. So always be ready. Someone asked a question around the beta event. Ship crash landed. How do you get the resources from them before a Shai-Hulud comes? Move fast. Use your scanner. There's 3 hatches on those falling ships. Do not have your shield on.
Most of the time, you can at least access one.
Yeah.
It depends on how the ship falls. If you can access the other, just go there. I mean, for the longest time, the moment the ship crashed, you had around a minute. They changed that.
Yeah.
They changed that, so you have more time.
Based on our feedback.
Yes. Yeah, because most of the time we wouldn't go there, and we would tell anyone, don't bother. Don't. First off, because the worm will come very soon, and second of all, because you would open that hatch and nothing would be in there.
Which should be even worse. It's like an insult.
Yes. Most of the time you can at least access one hatch, and there are random resources in there. And also it's different in HB compared to the DD. In the DD there are
more valuable
resources you need for very, very, very high-end stuff.
But there's more risk.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's a DD first of all, and yeah. I mean, go to the DD, experience it. Always look around you. That's my thing. Always
keep your head on a swivel.
Yes, keep your head on a swivel.
Because
always check around.
Those wrecks that fall out of the sky are solid objects. They will fall on you.
Yes.
So some scavs hit a grenade in my bike. They'll do more than grenade your vehicles. They absolutely will do more than grenade your vehicles. Don't assume that your vehicle is safe. Don't hide behind your vehicle. Your VBT, again, is your most valuable tool. Don't leave your vehicles outside. They will shoot your treads out of your bikes and your buggies. They'll shoot the wings off your thopters.
And I mean, for a long time, they would laser you from distances where you don't even see the enemies. Like
you might see a flash, and then you're like, "Why am I on fire?" I remember losing a vehicle in the Rift. My base was in the Odom, and I had to walk back. It's a long walk back. The walk of shame halfway across the map.
And I mean, also, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're really Vanessa or you are not. But if you're Vanessa, our Vanessa, who is the Funcom Q&A employee, I don't know, testing. I'm sorry, Vanessa. Seeing you and a lot of people working on weekends, dude. Like on the weekends. Yeah, middle of the night, I would receive a message. Hey, you reported that. How did you do that? Yeah, these are the steps. Like, what the fuck, Vanessa? Like, why the fuck are you working? And yeah, I'm just working. Okay. Do you have to? No, we don't have to. Okay. But yeah, the whole team, I mean, all the time, you see most of the time you would see people pop up into the Discords. They weren't working. Like, they were just interested in what people think and what people have problems with. And I mean, in the very beginning, that's also kind of NDA. In the very beginning, the game weren't supposed to have a tutorial. You were just supposed to be dropped in and
it was
good
so
luck.
painful.
Good luck. You will need it. You will need it. But
where am I going? I'm like running around in circles. You're just lost. Like, okay, there's quicksand over there, so that's not the way.
and I mean, that should we talk about the DD?
My first time into the DD. Okay.
I
don't know if Mojo's here or not. I think Mojo decided that at that moment he was not going to fly anywhere with me ever again, or have me anywhere near a mic, because at that time there were issues crossing. You know, I'm talking about, and every time you're flying and suddenly your thopter would fall out of the sky, it was just me swearing for the next 90 seconds trying to get back up and trying to get it back into vulture mode, because vulture was so hard at that time. It was like, okay, I just got it set. Fuck, I'm falling out of the sky. Just and it was like just 30 minutes of Meg just swearing from one side of the DD to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, she still does that.
and just, I mean, it's going to be fine, I think. I hope for you. The main issue with the DD is you have different servers. You have more or less a grid of 3x3 different servers. And when you transition to one server to the other, the moment I'm just saying that, every software developer goes, ach du Scheiße. No, please, no. And for the longest time, there were some issues with that. Some internal issues as well we are not going to talk about here, because it honestly doesn't matter. We are the customer. We don't care about why that issue is there. We want the issue gone.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, the DD was broken because of that. Because you left one, you left, in your view, you left one server and transitioned to the other. You never left.
No.
You were right there on the edge, and there
were issues. Do you remember what I call the Free Willy worm? Yes, he does. You're flying along, and suddenly here comes the worm leaping over the islands. I believe I can fly. You're just like flying along, going, "The fuck is that?" They fly now.
The Free Willy worms. That's a good one. Meg, by the way, 9 minutes.
I know. I'm dying.
Yeah, same.
But guys, the fly hallude. Oh God! Yeah, they're coming for you. Fiend, thank you so much for coming and doing this with me. I know,
of course,
it's been an emotional time.
The last, I mean, since Friday, since they said, okay, it's going to end, and we received the info, yeah, okay, Monday probably, and Monday came and went, and guys, when it's going to end, but yeah.
You know, when they gave the live date for realsies, and we knew, you know, this is the end, and we're coming up on it, and you know, it's the same game, but it's going to be different. It's not going to be as intimate. It's not going to be our game anymore. It's going to be everybody's game, and that changes nothing and everything.
And we knew from the start, okay, we are going to be part of something, maybe more, maybe less, but someday it's going to release, and it's going to be something different but the same. But being so integrated with the game, and I've been a part of many private betas, playtests, prototypes that I'm still under NDA probably. This closed beta was different. I don't know why, and it pisses me off. But this closed beta
the
was
community gets
Yeah.
you.
like we all want the game to succeed, the majority of us. And like and and somehow I feel attached to it, which is stupid, or we felt attached to it, which is just it's going away and starting anew, like many times before. But now people are going to see the game
like we did.
like we did, and each time I'm probably going to see like, there's a huge bug. Like, why didn't we catch this? Like, it's so easy to reproduce. Why didn't we catch this? Like, yeah, and especially how much time I stole my my workplace, my employer, by just logging in real quick because I'm working from home. I'm working here. I'm just going to log in real quick.
We're gonna make sure that clipping is working and nothing's sticking out the edges of our building and taking storm damage. And the Penta shields are working fine. And
I really hope, and I'm not just meaning our time, but everyone who participated in some way. I mean, even if people, and we had a lot of those we've met in game where we said, hey, just read the Discord, what they changed. Yeah, I'm not even on the Discord. Like, why are you not on the Discord? We heard multiple times from the developers, they are going to have the data. So they're going to work with that. And I really hope all that time wasn't for nothing. And that today, when the game releases in
5 minutes?
4 minutes. 4 minutes.
An hour.
Right now, it's 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, it's going to be fine. Worst case, the queues are going to break, but wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't it?
We will be okay though. We've literally weathered the storm.
Yeah.
And I'm really sentimental, but I'm also really hopeful. With this, people have come together over this love for this IP, and argued about mechanics and argued about lore, and those were always great conversations. Joel coming in and schooling people who had ideas about the lore, only to be educated properly.
Hey, one moment. I have to do that. I can walk. I've been able to for a few months. There has been that meme that I'm in a wheelchair. I was in a wheelchair a few months ago. Like, for that story. Last year, I visited Gamescom just to see Funcom and to talk about them. And to talk to them. The first day I was there, I got there pretty late because of work. I was able to talk to Ignazi and Natasha, who have been very sweet. The moment I mentioned, hey, I'm V3n3, I'm from the Discord. Oh yeah, come in. It's all great. That day, Ignazi told me, hey, next day, hey, a little surprise. Right now, on the way, we have Hefe. Like, okay, is he going to be here in the next 1-2 hours? Now, tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to visit you again tomorrow. The next day, I didn't want to go get there by train, but by car, because train was horrible. That day, I had a very bad car crash, and I've been in the hospital for 8 months. But I've recovered. Luckily, there were some rough spots where I nearly slept forever. Let's call it like that. But hey, I'm here, and I'm going to join later today in 2 fucking minutes. And I'm going to find something to crash the servers. Like,
make me cry again.
I'm here. I'm fine.
It's been a process. It's been a thing, and crash the server one more time.
And everything people know me for is that turret crash. Because when the turret, or the sentry it's called now, when the sentry ability has been introduced to the game, the moment you were to do some specific things, but the server crashed. And that's what I'm known for. That's why a lot of people hate me in the closed beta. They don't know about all the other crashes.
About all the other crashes, I know. I remember the first time I caused the duping crash, and I was like,
yeah, and at that time, it was already well known. It was already well known.
yeah.
Thank you for the stream. Thank you for time use
So,
again. Yeah, we are going to end it here with the game about to release in a few seconds.
thank you guys, everybody.
Thank you all for coming, every one of you.
It's been lovely. Thanks for all the subs and the comments and the well wishes and the love for the IP. And I'm hopeful. I'm excited for the next few hours are going to be good. And we'll see everybody, I guess, out on the sands. Did you have anything else to give us, being a woo?
Yeah, just one big awoo. One big awoo. A last time. Yeah, it's fine. It's going to be fine. And it's out. The game is released. It's decrypting.
Push the button. Okay.
Yeah, they pushed the button.
We'll see everybody very, very shortly. And
have fun with the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.